Hello, Virgo. Okay, what we are going to do, we have three categories. We have A, we have B, and we have C. So what we're going to do, and we have this fire card. We're going to start with fire card because this is the overall energy for everyone. It doesn't matter whether you're in your group A, B, or C. The fire is the overall energy for everyone. So here in a moment, I'm actually going to read from the book. And as we go through each of these, I'm going to read a bit from the book for each card. And then I'm going to start sharing the other two cards and then what, you know, the angels are sharing and what you need to know. So we all have intuition. You need to trust your intuition. You know how when you're at the grocery store and you're in a line and you have this thought that, oh my gosh, I should switch to the other line, and then you don't trust it and you stay in the line that you're in, and then meanwhile the line that you had that first inclination to jump into, you've watched 5 people get checked out at that register and leave, and you are still standing in line. So you should have trusted the intuition. You would have been done and out of the store, but you didn't trust it. So this is like that. We all have intuition. Every single one of us does. It's that gut feeling. It's that intuitive. It's that knowing. It's when we think about something, the first thing that, boom, pops to our mind. That's what we should go with. Because even as an intuitive, medium, psychic, the first thing that comes to me when I'm doing readings and working with people, that's what I go with. No matter how odd it sounds to me, and it's always spot on. So we just need to learn to trust that. No matter how off it seems, trust it. This is one of those times for you to use your intuition because every single one of you has it. So the question that we're going to be answering for each of you today is, why am I not moving forward? Why is my life not moving forward? Why am I not moving forward? What is going on? And then just pick. Ask yourself that question. Why am I not moving forward? Is it A? Is it B? Or is it C? Keep your number in your head, and we are going to work our way through those to help get you some answers. Because by knowing why, you can resolve that, flip that switch, and start moving forward. And that's what we all want to do, because we do have a beautiful card here as the overall energy for everyone. We do have fire, and that is all about setting your lives on fire. Okay, so I'm going to actually read this portion of the book for you real quick. So again, fire, this is the overall energy for everyone. Fire consumes anything that it touches. The flames remind us of the impermanent nature of reality and how situations can quickly transform into beauty or chaos. Fire is passion, and its dancing flames invite us to reach the sky. Warmth and light are heavenly, yet too much heat can scorch us. To fully step into the energy of fire is to be utterly transformed, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Warm your hands and your heart by your inner fire. Let it burn away your hardships. Let it consume your pain and your sorrow. Has life become too rigid, too cold, too superficial? Light a candle or make a bonfire and toss into the flames everything that has become stiff and painful. Give it all to the fire for rapid transformation. Set your life on fire. And that is what they are trying to do for all of you. So we are going to move this out of the way. Oh, and for some of you, it would behoove you and help you to write yourself a list of things that you need to let go of, people you need to let go of, emotions you need to let go of, whatever it is that's weighing you down. Or write that down. Ask that God, Jesus, and angels help you release it, read it out loud, rip it, burn it, and dump the ashes. So, if that's resonating with you, there are a number of you out there that would actually help you. Okay, so let's start with A. If you picked A, you have, for those of you that care about the cards, I'm pulling from Ask an Angel Oracle. I'm also pulling from my Mystical Shaman Oracle and my Rebel Tarot deck. Okay. So you have, let me move this out of the way, you have the Witness, and this is fairly close, so I did that with intention so that you can see them all. Then you have Divine Love, and we'll read this one when we get there. Okay, so you have the Witness. The Witness, let me read this real quick. I'm going to read this for each of you. This is actually the last card in the deck. It's card 64. Okay. The witness observes without engaging in any action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation from a higher perspective and make better decisions. When we can be present for someone else's difficulties with stillness, then we are able to truly hear them and give better advice. Sometimes we can be so still that we are a mirror for the other. Then through our presence, they receive their own answers. The witness that has been by your side all along is now ready to become your ally. You thought you were the doer, but today you discover that things happen when you get out of the way. Witness creation unfolding before you. Change reality by finding stillness and letting your true intent reveal itself. And then you have divine love. And then the last card you have on the front, it says, get the fuck out of your head. And on the back it says, get in your heart, it misses you. For some of you, they're encouraging you, because if you haven't seen this card, she actually has her hand up. She's kind of like blocking, like no. And then, you know, there's this third eye illuminated. She also has a teardrop on her third eye. For a large number of you, this is indeed about love. You want love in. You want love to come in. Not just divine love, be it with a twin flame, twin soul. A number of you, you know, that was talking about mirrors. So for a number of you, you are a twin. You want it. You want it to come in. You want it to happen. But in order for that to happen, large number of you, you're blocking it. Your hands up. And the reason a number of you are blocking is because you have been hurt by this partner in the past. You see how she is not looking to the future. She's looking at the past. And he is coming in here behind her, kissing her, whispering sweet nothings in her ear. And she's just closed off to it. A number of you, you are closed off to it because you're like, you know, he wasn't honest in the past. He wasn't truthful. I knew intuitively, I was able to see, I know that there were some shenanigans going on. I knew he was lying. I knew he was deceiving me. I knew. And I don't know if I can trust him. I don't know if I can let him in because that hurt really bad. So I just don't know. But they're encouraging you to open your heart. They're encouraging you to release control. And they're saying open up your heart and allow everything to unfold. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to push anything. You don't need to do anything. Because the mirror thing, for a large number of you, this is a twin flame connection. Or it could be a twin soul connection. They are a mirror of you. They are your other half. They would like to come in. But being a mirror of each other, I mean, the beauty of a twin connection is that we are mirrors of each other. And that's why we actually go in separate directions. Because we can't come into union in the very beginning. And it takes years. For most twin flames, you're looking at years of healing and self-reflection and self-healing and inner healing that has to occur for both individually. Even though when one does healing work, if it's the same core wound, it will heal it for the other. But they both independently have to do their own work. And that is divinely forced because that's why they're pushed in opposite directions. They come into connection to start that, set that flame initially, so they can go separate corners, prepare themselves, but then they do need to open their hearts back up to allow that to come back in. But because they're mirrors, they reflect in each other what needs to be fixed and healed because they have the same core wounds. But you've done all your healing. You've been through a lot. This is the last card of the deck. You've just been through a lot. So what is keeping you from moving forward, why you are not moving forward, is because you have it blocked. You've got your hand up. You're like, no, I don't know. The reason, because they're saying for a number of you, okay, so I'm hearing like a number of you are like, I'm not blocked, I want it and I want it to happen. But you are subconsciously blocking it because you have not allowed your heart to open up. You have not allowed your heart to open up to him or her to allow them to come back in. For some of you, you haven't allowed your heart to open up to anyone else because some of the things you have gone through have just been so overwhelming. And for some of you, just downright traumatic. It's just been extremely difficult that you have closed off to everyone. So they're encouraging you just to open up your heart to everyone again. Open up to love again. Connect to your heart again in order to move forward. Okay? So hopefully that helps. We're going to kind of overlap these a little bit. Okay, so if you selected B, let's see what you have. Okay, you have card number 49, Soul Retrieval. Put that there. And then you have Hope. And then you have Love. And on the back it says, get some, give some, it will cheer your ass up. Okay, let's make sure you can see that. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to read the book for the first card, 49. Well, I'm not going to read the entire thing, but the first 2 sections. And then we'll cover what the angels are saying for you. Okay, Soul Retrieval. Soul Retrieval is a practice that helps you recover a part of yourself, your energy, your enthusiasm, or your innocence that you have lost. At first, we'll use Soul Retrieval to recover from our hurts and heal our childhood wounds. Later, we learn to journey to recover our original nature, that self that never left the Garden of Eden, who still speaks to the rivers, to the trees, and to God. When we return to Eden, we are whole again. You are no longer fragmented. You are one with creation. You have healed the cause of the pain you feel. So you do not need to dwell on it any longer. Really, it's true. If you are still hovering over an old wound, find a new flight path. Don't be distracted with the little stuff you've already mastered. Go for the big one, the journey back to Eden. So for many of you, you've got this card, Hope. And you have this butterfly coming out of their cocoon. Interestingly, the cocoon has a heart in it. So for many of you, you've been in relationships where you have forgotten who you are because you have had to compromise and or give too much of yourself for someone else. Be it in order to get them to love you, or to get them to accept you, or to get them to appreciate you. But you have given everything. You've given your all, and it has not been returned. You forgot how amazing you are. You've become a bit of a shell of a human, because a cocoon is a shell. Because somewhere along the way with the struggles and the challenges and the conflict and the arguments that you've had in love, you've given up. And many of you, you have lost all hope. They're encouraging you to open up to the possibilities of love. Because you have been living this like shell of a life where you're not happy and you're just going through the motions. But in order for you to regain that passion, to regain that excitement, that joy, that drive, that bliss, that true fulfillment in life and in love and all other relationships, and in order, they're saying, to revive your soul. So for some of you, they're giving me an image of somebody with like a defibrillator. You know, when somebody's had a heart attack, you get the defibrillator, you shock their hearts, and they come up off the table. They need to shock you back. They need to get you back in to living your life. They're saying that they need to remove you from the shell of a life that you've been living. They need to revive your soul. That's what they're saying by retrieve your soul. But it can only be done by opening up to love. By opening up to love and allowing emotions, allowing yourself to share emotions. Oh, okay. So let me see. Okay, you can see those details. So if you look here, this angel, he's got this cross. This star. So for some of you, there was a divine relationship that you were in, but star, dreams coming true. Then there's these 2 flowers that complement each other. They're a pair. Then you've got these lines down here. It's almost kind of like a river, and you see how all through here it's like river, like water flowing. Then you've got these little circles. It's almost like a stoned path. So what they're saying is, for a number of you, you had this divine relationship. For a large number of you, twin flame relationship. Okay, I'm seeing the theme. So for many of you, these are twin flame messages. But you had this divine relationship. you started to build the path. You started to build the foundation, because if you look at this card, the path is leading up to this what would appear to be a river. And then once the river's crossed, then you get up here and you've got these flowers in full bloom. And then you've got this star of your dreams coming true. So you started to build this foundation with someone, this beloved. So for many of you, you met her, you started dating her, things started to move forward, you felt a lot of emotion, but then you cut it off, because rivers, water, it's all about emotions, opening up, going with it, allowing it to occur, allowing it to change the landscape of your life for the better. But you didn't want this relationship to change your life. You didn't want to do that because you didn't want to open up your emotions. You did not want to share your emotions. You did not want to cross that river of sharing how you felt, opening up to true intimacy, not just sex. Anybody can have sex. That's not true intimacy. True intimacy is really into you, I see me. Intimacy. In you, I see me. But it's like deep. It's truly opening up, sharing really deeply who you are, what you desire, your goals, your dreams, your hopes, your values. Really allowing someone to see the true deep you. And those are not easy things for us to do, especially if we're still being very critical of ourselves and we're not loving ourselves. We're fearful of really opening up, because what if, I feel this deep love, I feel this divine love, I feel this connection that's undeniable, but what if I let them in and they don't return that? What if I let them in and they break my heart? So, oh no, I'm not going to cross that river. I'm not going to open up. And that's why they're saying, for a number of you, you got to that point of where if you would have crossed the river, you could have come into this, you would have had this beautiful relationship blossom with a pair and having your dreams come true. But you stopped. You did not allow yourself to share the emotions. You stopped the flow, you stopped the river, you stopped that from happening. And for many of you, the reason that you've done that is because you have lost hope in love. So for some of you, this relationship, okay, so they're saying there's two categories. So for some of you, this relationship where you built things up and then you just stopped and you cut them off, or they cut, okay. They're saying you cut them off, even if it was, bad behavior, trying to push them away, because you were fearful of allowing them in. You were fearful of taking that leap of faith. Now, you do want to open up to love. You do want to come out of your shell. You do want to revive your soul, revitalize your soul, bring some love and passion and joy and all these things in. But the reason you are not moving forward is because it does require opening up, sharing, communicating. They're saying it's going to require you taking that leap of faith first. Now, for others of you, they're saying that this is so to wrap up that category, some of you, you are fearful that, your hope is lost. You're fearful that things won't evolve with this person that you let go. You fear it's been too long, they've moved on, they won't, if they know the truth at this point, they won't be open to that, but you've lost hope in it happening. For others of you, you've just lost hope in love, period, because of things that have transpired with you and others in the past. You've given hope. They're saying your main thing is you don't have hope. Okay, Lexi. Your main thing is you do not have hope. You've lost hope. You've lost faith. And for some, it's because of past relationships. And let's move little Miss Lexi down. We'll get her some allergy medicine here in a moment. There you go, baby girl. Okay, she's coming back up. Come on. Come on. I have like one of the only dogs that's allergic to grass. She loves to go outside and take little walks. But poor baby has allergies to grass. So if you hear her making any noises in the background, she's okay. We're going to get her some allergy medicine because she's going to want to take another little walk today. Because she just loves it. Loves that double-edged sword. Okay. And she wants to be in my lap. So apologies if you hear her. Okay. So you've lost hope. You've lost faith. But in order for your soul, because again, this is, why am I not moving forward? In order for you to move forward, to revive your soul, to revitalize your soul, to come out of that shell, come out of that miserable, unhappy life where you're just like, I don't want to be here anymore. How can I break free of this? How can I break free? How can I be excited? How can I enjoy my life again? How do I do this? You do this when you give your love, when you open up emotionally. That's why they were saying in the very beginning that, you know, you will only escape the shell of your life. You will only revive your soul. You will only move forward if you can allow yourself to open up to love and allow yourself to share your emotions with someone else. Share how you feel. Share what you desire. Because when you share that with them, that's going to burst things open. But it takes it on your end. Okay? So hopefully that helps you. Okay, last group, C. Let's see what you have. Okay. Hi, Miss Lexi. Okay, you have card 63. This is wind. We'll fix them in a minute. And then you have passion. I think this was in the reading that we did for these 2 weeks, this week and last week. And then you have on the front, it says, stop texting, stop stalking, stop checking on that person. Just fucking stop. And then on the back, it says, spend your time on someone worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. Okay, good. You guys can see those. Now I'm going to read a portion of the book for your first card wind, and then we'll find out what the angels want you to know about it. Okay, put Lexi down real quick. There we go. It's a problem with 3-pound dogs. They have a little ramp to get on the couch. They need a little help over here, though. Okay. Wind. The symbol of the wind represents the element of air. It rules communication, thought, song, and inspired ideas. It also signifies change with qualities both positive and negative. The wind blows from each of the 4 directions, and there are different qualities bestowed by each. South, carrying a new sense of trust, helping you gently begin to discard habits and parts of you that are no longer needed. West, calling you to more introspection, to a willingness to make final decisions, to let go of attachment and ego desires. North, moving to bring you wisdom and strength. And East, carrying clarity of vision and purpose. Whichever way the wind is blowing for you, the message which the wind whispers or shouts is a challenge. It may take courage at first to turn and face the wind, but you will find exultation in moving toward it and receiving its lessons. When the spirit of the wind comes calling, it's a sign of change. Perhaps you need to change your mind about something. Perhaps an old way of doing things has become automatic, and now you've gained greater clarity, you can make a new choice. Regardless of what the change is, you can expect to be understood and to have clear communication with others at this time. Ideas are solid, and the shift that is being called for is in the highest good of all. And you have passion, and they said we're going to flip that over. Okay, so you have passion. Passion is the flame that ignites our soul. This passion can also be change. This card is indicative of change. But when we nurture something, the flame will grow. The flame will develop. The flame will envelop everything. It will wrap around everything. It will wrap its passion, its light, its joy, its fire around everything. Versus the opposite, if we do not nurture it, the flame will go out. It'll die. It'll go cold. A number of you, the change of wind has come in. So this epiphany, this aha has come in. So you've received intuitive information. You've done a lot of introspection. You've done a lot of growing. You've done a lot of inner healing and development. And you have come to the realization that you are in a relationship, a romantic relationship, that doesn't work for you. And if you look here, you've got this flame up here. You see how you've got these 3 little stars underneath that? So what they're saying is for some of you, okay, a large number of you, you've had these relationships. Okay, for everyone, you've had these relationships. They weren't really quite, because you see there's a star in the middle of this heart. So for some of you, you met your twin flame in the past. You are not with her or him. You met them. Ooh, they set it on fire. You've had these other relationships in the past where they're like little fireworks, pew, 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 but they only went so high in the sky. I mean, they kind of lit your flame a little bit. You kind of had some fun, maybe had some good times together, but it just did not set your heart on fire because they weren't the one. Things would get up to a certain point and they just peak out and be like, it doesn't work for me anymore. But for some of you, you have met the one. You have met your twin. You have met your other half. You have met, or a divine soulmate partner. But you have met this person who just, wow, they blow everyone else away. When you are in other relationships and you date other people, every time you think of this other person, you can't get her or him out of your mind. You stack everyone else up and compare everyone else to them. Like, and every time, no one compares. They all fall short. Okay, you see. They all fall short of her. They all fall short of him. They're the ultimate one. They're the perfect match for you. But you have come to this realization. Problem is, for some of you, you are in one of these relationships right now where you're in a relationship with someone, and that's why they're saying stop wasting your time on that person. Because you have now come to this realization of, okay, she's the one, he's the one, I let him go away. Everyone else is paling in comparison. They just don't compare. They're not the ones. This isn't working for me. I know who the one is, but the problem is you're not doing anything about it. And therefore, that is why you are not moving forward. They're encouraging you, stop wasting your time on someone that you know is not the one. And interestingly, when I put these cards over, I was going to put the first card on top, and they told me not to do that. So for some of you, whomever was selecting A is your twin or your other half. Because they're saying that these are both hearts. So for some of you, you are paired with someone that would have selected A. Or for those cross watchers, if you're interested in what's going on with your twin, if you picked A, then your twin very well may have the message C and vice versa. But that's the reason, because this is about change. Because again, when we were reading all those different directions and what it means, but bottom line, the wind is communication. This is communication. You've had the aha, you've had the epiphanies. There is, okay, so for everyone in this situation, there is someone that you let get away. There is someone that you want to communicate your love with. You want to let them know how you feel. You want to rekindle that flame. Some of you are afraid of having that conversation because, again, this is communication. Bottom line, air, wind is communication. But it's a change. So for some of you, it's a change because you haven't been, many of you, you have not been communicating at all. But this change is going to be communication. It's also going to take your life in a whole new direction. It's going to set your heart on fire. But there needs to be communication to take you in that new direction. For some, there needs to be communication with the one that you thought you let go, the one that you let go of. Some of you are afraid of having that communication because, they were talking about earlier when we were talking about passion, about how if you nurture a flame, it's going to grow. It's going to be this massive bonfire. You can have 60 people over to roast marshmallows and make s'mores. But if you've done nothing to nurture that flame, it dies out and it goes cold. Flame's not there. Some of you are afraid of having this conversation because you're fearful that the flame's not there, the spark's not there anymore. Many of you, you're fearful that it's not there anymore because you neglected the relationship. You neglected that person. You didn't tell them how you felt. You didn't communicate with them. For some, you pulled other people into the mix. And then you're like, dang, this isn't working with them. Always keeps coming back to her, always keeps coming back to him. None of these other people are fulfilling me. And now you've gotten to that point and you're like, ooh, snap, what do I do? The flame is still there. Now, granted, it's not a big bonfire. It's a tiny little fire. I mean, you might be able to roast one marshmallow on it. It's not completely out yet. It's starting to dwindle, though, where it's just going to be some embers, just a little bit of glowing embers. It's where the flame's about to just continue to glow. It's barely hanging on. You'll be able to get one marshmallow, but it's still there. But if you do not want it to go completely out, because it's on the brink of going out, it does require you to nurture it. And for others of you, in addition to nurturing that with the person from the past that you let go, it does require you to stop wasting your time with the person that you are in a relationship with that you know is not the one. You're not happy in that relationship. You need to communicate that it's not working, that you are moving in a new direction, that it is over. And for those of you that's applicable, they're saying you know who you are. You know you're wasting your time. And that is why you are stuck or not moving forward. So hopefully that helps all of you, and filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessings.